Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into TradeChat. My name is Panzer. It is like 3:10 a.m. on June 10th, which means that the Warcraft movie is officially out for just about everyone, and I think that now is a good time for me to make a video about the Warcraft movie that includes some spoilers. Now, I'm not going to be talking about any like major spoilers in this video. I'm not going to like ruin the end of the movie for you, but if you do not want to hear any sort of spoilers involving the Warcraft movie storyline or lore, whatever, now would be a good time to click away. I'm going to be talking about Garona's lineage and how it does not match up with the lore in the game and the comics and the books and stuff like that. And I feel like I've given you plenty of time to click away, so let's start talking about it. If you are familiar at all with Warcraft lore, you know that in like the games and the books and stuff like that, Garona is half orc and half Draenei, and she grows up and has a baby with Medivh, and his name is medivh, and he's like the most overpowered being in the entire universe, and fans hate him a lot, and he's been kind of unofficially retconned. In order to fully understand and grasp how Garona is half human, you need to let all of that go, because if you did not know that going into the movie, I think that it would have been much easier to pick up the little subtleties that blatantly tell you who Garona's father is in the movie. And I don't think I'm spoiling much in that, because we know that Garona's mother is orc, that Gul'dan gave her tusk to remember her by. So it's her father really that we would be searching for, who would be the human in that equation. Now, I strongly believe that Medivh is Garona's father. They have a couple moments in the movie that are really like touching and tender and like, oh, we have some sort of spiritual connection, but it's not even romantic. Yeah, that's totally because he's her father. He says in the movie that he traveled to the ends of the world for love, that he met this noble group of people. One of them was a female who accepted him and loved him for who he was, but unfortunately that wasn't the life for him because he was the guardian. He also later says that he was just trying to help everybody, and this is after we learned that the orcs were summoned into Azeroth. We know that he was the one reciting the incantation, so we know that it was Medivh who let the orcs into Azeroth, which makes a whole lot more sense if you consider that he had a child with and was in love with an orc female. Why wouldn't he want to help her people escape a dying land? Also, he was missing for like 6 years, which I guess a lot of people would say, oh, well, Garona's clearly more than 6 years old. But we also see in the movie that Gul'dan can age creatures with his fell magic. It's something he does several times throughout the movie. So my tinfoil hat theory, which I think it's right, is that Medivh created his own little portal, ended up in Outlands or Draenor, whatever you want to call it, and falls in love with an orc female. Maybe she's even a frost wolf. I would believe that she was a frost wolf. Falls in love with an orc female. They have a child. He knows that can never work out because he's the guardian of a whole different world. He returns to Azeroth. I don't know, maybe he has some trips back and forth. Who knows? But later on, he decides that he wants to help his woman, his side piece, as well as his child and her people, who he said were a noble people, escape their land, which is dying because of fell magic. And he invites the orcs into Azeroth. He summons them into Azeroth. In the process of all of this, he is exposed to the fell. Maybe he's even full on demonized, possessed by Sargeras, and obviously doesn't make the best of decisions from there on out. But I mean, I think all of the evidence is presented to us to believe that Medivh is Garona's father. I think that the interactions that they have gives the impression that there's some sort of like father-daughter relationship, and I'm excited to see the director's cut, which will maybe confirm this theory, or a sequel would be awful nice, but who knows? I would love to hear what you guys think about this potential theory. I think it's pretty good. I think there's a lot of evidence that, you know, with him being missing for 6 years, with him saying that he met this noble people, that he traveled to the end of the world, that he found love. We know that Gul'dan can age anyone with fell magic. We also know that the orcs were invited and that he just wanted to save everyone. Medivh just wanted to save everyone. I think that all the ducks are in a row for Medivh to be Garona's father, but that's just my thoughts. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't just complain that Garona is not Draenei, because lore between the games and the comics and the books gets changed all the time and gets reformatted all the time. So let's just let it go. I would rather us have some theory crafting, some theorizing about how this is possible. If you don't think that the medivh theory is a good one, let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to go. I hope that you have a great night and a great weekend. I will see you soon. I love you all. You're my hearts. I'll see you soon again. Okay, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.